Yo, what's good? Just want to speak on something real quick. A couple subjects real quick, and I'm gonna try to make this one real quick, real quick. so, just got news. Actually, this was news from last night, maybe the night before or something. But Water just, I guess he got arrested for carrying a firearm and having some weed on him. Very interesting, very interesting. And I mean, it's kind of messed up because this is California. I live in California. I'm in Southern California, and this law enforcement is crazy, but it is true. You can't have a loaded firearm. You can have a firearm on you, but it can't be loaded. The clip gotta be somewhere else. If you driving around with a firearm, you can't have a clip in there. You can't have anything. It can't be loaded. You can't have a round in the gun, even if the clip ain't in there. You got a round in the gun is considered loaded. You get in trouble. So, I'm not sure why Wilder felt he needed to have. It felt that he needed to be armed in California. I don't know if this is just a common thing he does wherever he goes, or if there was a specific reason that he had this. But now, unfortunately, we don't know where this is going to lead to, because we just found out not too long ago that he is possibly supposed to be fighting Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis. Anthony Joshua. Sorry, I'm loaded up with the NBA playoffs right now too. So. But nah, man. So yeah, he's supposed to be fighting Anthony Joshua, which would probably be one of the biggest bags that he could get right now. Now I'm hoping they be easy on him. They let him go. The whole weed thing ain't gonna carry over because weed is legal in California. So I'm not even worried about that. I don't even know why they even mentioned that. But carrying a firearm in San Diego, it don't matter who you are, unless you're law enforcement itself. Basically, as far as I understand, you ain't carrying no firearm legally. It's hard to get a license to carry out here, you know. But yeah, man. So I mean, I talk a lot of mess about Wilder, but I don't wish anything unfair on nobody. If it's not, I don't ever wish anything unfair on anybody. If it's something that you don't deserve, then I don't think you should get it. And this is one of those moments where I'm pushing for Wilder on this one, but you gotta be smarter. Do your research before you go into these different states in America. Especially California. California is one of the wackest fucking states in America, because it's just ridiculous how the law works out here. So you just gotta be careful. But moving on, hopefully he gets off of that. But moving on, we got Danny Garcia versus Arizona. I can't even say his name. Lara. Garcia versus Lara for the Super WBA middleweight championship. Now, this is bullshit many times all around. Because for one, why is Danny Garcia gonna get a shot at the middleweight championship? Any middleweight championship, just like that. He ain't done shit. Beating Benavidez don't mean shit. Okay. I think it's a setup. I think they want him to get that belt. I'm just gonna tell you what I think. I think they want Danny Garcia to get that belt, and they want to do a Spence Garcia rematch at 160. So they could give Danny Garcia, okay, he's become a 3-division champion, and then they could give Spence a shot, say he's become a 2-division champion. He jumped from 147 to 160. I don't know if he's still fighting at 154 like they was talking about earlier this year. I don't know, but ain't no talk about the Crawford fight. So they said, and somebody from the Ring magazine, I already kind of lost a lot of respect for them. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie, but somebody from the Ring Magazine announced that Spence and Crawford is happening, but I ain't seen no other announcements. I seen the same weak ass sources on that you pull up. You go ahead, Google them, and the same people talking, the same people that said that was going to happen the last time, and the time before that, and the time before that, and the time before that, and we still ain't got the fight. So this is going on. It's crazy. All these fights being announced, but we still ain't got an announcement for a real announcement from the fighters themselves, Spence and Crawford. They still ain't announced nothing. So we're supposed to sit here and just believe again. After every time before that was a lie, we supposed to all of a sudden, man, fuck out of here. So, but yeah, man, I think it's a setup. Danny Garcia doesn't deserve no championship fight. He ain't done nothing. He ain't doing nothing. What is he doing? Why is he all of a sudden that dude to go and fight for another belt? So if he wins, which I think if Lara has to find a way to knock him out, because otherwise it goes to the cards. You already know they don't mess with like Cuban fighters like that. So they're going to find whatever way they can to get it to Danny Garcia. And people don't even mess with Danny Garcia like that, but they're going to mess with him more. They're going to mess with a Cuban fighter. They ain't going to let a Cuban fighter keep a belt off of decisions. No. Lara got to knock him out. That's all I'm saying with that. This is a whole setup, man. PBC is working. They're doing whatever they can. They're playing catch up at this point because they know they're almost out of here. I think they're just playing catch up at this point. So, yeah, this is some bullshit. So Danny Garcia gets the belt. Next thing you know, Errol Spence is going up to what they fight. They ain't even fighting at 160. They fighting at 155 or something like that. They fighting at a catch weight. They're not even fighting at a full middleweight. But it is what it is. Danny Garcia gets the belt. They send Errol Spence up there for another boring ass fight. Errol Spence happens to outpunch Danny Garcia because he ain't gonna knock him out, just like he could have at 47. Next thing you know, Errol Spence is a 2-division champion. That's what I see happening. That's just me, though. And it's a WBA belt. The WBA, we already know who is in control of the WBA belts. Look at Tank. Tank has been the regular champion for 1,800 years. They keep talking about, oh yeah, we're going to get rid of the WBA regular, but yet Tank still has the WBA regular belt. Why? Because of money. I don't care what nobody says. So, anyways, though, that's I mean, it is what it is. We're gonna see what happens with that. I'm sure they're gonna try to put that on pay-per-view. And I am not buying that fight. Garcia versus Lara, I'm not buying that fight. That's trash. They both need to retire. But, you know, it is what it is. Anyway, so I'm going to just leave it there. I ain't got much to say about this shit. I just wanted to do something just to, I don't know, man. But yeah, man. Hey, yeah, hopefully Wilder gets off on that whole situation, and hopefully he learns his lesson and moves on and go ahead and get that back with Anthony Joshua, because that's a fight I will be watching. I ain't gonna lie about that. That's a fight I'll watch. So, yeah, man. Anyways, Trouble T. Roy, don't get hit boxing talk. Like, subscribe, comment, share. Hit me up. Peace.